Greetings all. Well, those of you who've been around the channel for a while now, you've probably noticed that on occasion I do talk about Hawaiian land, or real estate here, in the housing market and such a little bit. I'm not a realtor. I have no recommendations on it at all, but folks ask me questions mostly about the land itself, which, well, there's something I feel I know a thing or two about, and so I respond. Most of the time on these videos that I do about Hawaiian land and about living here, I get some really positive responses from people, so it's very rewarding. It's the only reason I'm doing another one of them. But I have gotten some incredibly negative responses from some rather odd humans who, like if I was to refer to as some of the land available here in Hawaii as junk land, boy, that's some of them people off. Some of the comments I've gotten back on that are so bad that the AI will refuse to even post them on my channel. They go into a special bucket that if I want to look at it, I can. I don't really want to. I don't know what that problem is. It's as if I'm insulting them personally when I say that. When I say there's junk land here, what I mean by that is that a lot of the land is right on top of active volcanism, or if it isn't right on top of it, it's adjacent to it in such a way that every time the earth trembles, you're going to spend hours biting your fingernails wondering if the lava flow is coming. Now, that is not good land, you want to be at peace in your own home, and the nerves created by living on an active lava zone, it's not a real good idea. This is one of the things I refer to as junk land. We also have land around here that it's such hard rock that it's very difficult to really do much of anything with it. You can put a cabin on it, but it's hard to work with it, man. It's hard to work with it to turn it into anything that might be useful and productive to human life, like cropping and so on. Difficult some of the land is. Now, that isn't all the hard rock. We grow all the Kona coffee on lava, so we do a lot of lava growing here. That isn't what I'm referring to. Yeah. Anywho, that was another expression that in these land-oriented videos that I had come up with, and that was boots on the ground. Yeah, and that is that don't get involved in buying anything real estate on this island unless you're here and you're walking on the property. Yeah, as long as you're there and you're walking on the property and you can see it and you know what you're into, hey, it's up to you, right? Yeah, but never buy anything sight unseen on this island. I don't care what anybody tells you. Never buy anything sight unseen here. Yesterday, I had the proof positive pull in the driveway. A guy who had purchased a property down here in one of the local subdivisions that has a very poor reputation, where the police will always go in tandem, and they do it twice a day. It contains some of the land that I would refer to as junk land. Some meth labs and stuff like that back there. The land might be workable, but you don't want to live next to the meth lab, It's like that. But anyhow, that guy come pulling down the driveway going, I didn't listen to you. You were right. He says, I bought a lot back in there. And man, I got 4 junk cars, and I also have garbage everywhere. They threw stuff everywhere. The guy had bought the land while he was over in the mainland. He'd never seen it. No idea what he was getting into. Put the money on it, then come on over here to come to find out that, all the other cockroaches in the neighborhood had been using this particular lot as the impromptu garbage dump. A lot of what happens with these cars is people steal the cars, take the catalytic converters off of them, and then dump the cars, or burn them someplace or whatever, and then sell the metal from the converters. And so you get these junk cars dumped all over. We don't really have junk yards here, per se, like you will in some parts of the mainland. And so, recycling scrap cars is not easy. Generally, it was fairly expensive. People didn't want to bother with it. Well, because of it, we now realize, our mayor has realized, that we have an epidemic of junk autos all over the island. And when I started talking about junk land, I wasn't thinking about the land that people dumped garbage all over. But in this case, this guy, he's got junk land. Why? He's got 4 junk cars and he's got garbage everywhere. He says he don't even pull on strings anymore over there, because every time you start pulling on a string, it starts hauling out with all this garbage. I don't quite understand why people would do that sort of thing, but more on that later. The mayor, Mitch Roth there, he's drawing the conclusion that we need a program. So the county has now set up a program for removal of these junk automobiles. Yeah. I can't give you much specifics on it. There's a website. I will post the link to the website in the text here down below. Okay? So look there for it if you have junk cars. I read all of it, and it doesn't... No, it's not very self-explanatory. What you will really need to do is to get onto the phone number they have, make the contact, and then find out. You're going to have to fill out some forms and such. There's a cop going to have to come out and will verify that, yes, that is a junk car, not a stolen car or something else, this type of thing. So there'll be some legal verifications. But to the best of my knowledge, this is a government-subsidized program that at least on one car may be free. I don't know, or it's a very low cost. Anyway, it's going to allow folks here to get rid of some of this junk iron that's laying around the countryside. There's a lot of it. Yeah. Sometimes I wish we had a few good barn finds, a 57 Chevy 2-door hardtop locked in a garage. Oh, yeah, dude. But nah, all we get are these crummy little rice rocket Japanese Hondas and Toyotas and stuff like that. Kias laying around with the catalytic converters all sawed off of them. Yeah, it's very messy, very messy. I don't understand people who would treat the earth that way. I have been known, when I had something that was completely biodegradable, like a banana peel or something, to have whipped it out of my car window. Yes, I've done it, all right? But only if it was something that was biodegradable. Nevertheless, it's still littering. If it hit the top of the windshield, I'd have gotten a ticket for it, But I generally don't think that spreading trash all over is a good idea. Most of ours gets recycled here. I use up the paper and the cardboard as mulch and so on and so forth. Kitchen garbage all becomes fertilizer. I wish that we did not have so much plastic packaging and stuff. It's hard to get around it. Yeah, I'd be the guy who's happy everything was wrapped in paper. But get all this trash. There are proper ways of disposing of it. Apparently we got people around here who just can't abide by that idea. So they take it and they throw it. Find a piece of property that, for whatever reason, you get in the right neighborhood around here, and you don't just get garbage and junk cars. You get bodies dumped in a few areas here. But anyhow, just wanted to chime in to let you know that I had a guy watching the channel come back and go, Bill, you are right. I should have listened to you. Reinforcement. Put your boots on the ground. If you're interested in purchasing property here, do not do it over the internet. Do not do it over the telephone. Come on down here, walk around on the island. A ticket ain't that expensive. You'll know what you're getting into then. You'll understand some of the problems I've been referring to. Hang loose all.